feel about that really deep into my soul. I can't decide if I get the ick in quite a severe way or if I kind of like it. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kirsty and I film book content, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mainly read horror and fantasy, but I am slowly dipping my toe into all the other genres because I can't get enough. I'm actually currently in a romance era. I am obsessed. So today's video is going to be my June reading wrap up and what I hope to read in July. So grab your drink, grab a beverage, grab a snack. I don't know how much I'm going to ramble through all of these books, so it's better to be well prepared. Kicking off my June reading wrap up. I am a self-confessed slow reader. Not ashamed. I read at my own pace, not everybody else's. I only read 2 books in June. One was a romance, one was a horror. Both very, very good, but one kicked it out the park. It was a 5-star. I'll give you a minute to guess which one it could possibly have been. Yep, it was the horror. Surprise, surprise. But I am going to talk about the romance book first. It is Fight by Sloane St. James. It's part of the Sky Ridge Hot Shots series and it is the first book. As you can tell by that stunning cover, about firefighters. Oof! I'm just a girl and I picked this up solely for that cover. And I don't think that you can blame me. I think you're going to be with me on this one. We follow Callahan, and he is a captain of a wildland firefighter crew. So they're out there in the wilderness, and they're fighting the big, bad, deadly wildfires. These are the hot shots. And he ain't bothered about a relationship. He lives for his job, he's been done dirty in the past, and he just wants to fight fires. That's all he wants to do. And then when he's not fighting fires, he gets his needs sorted. Or in his words, he has sexy nights with strangers. Yeah, he's all about the hookups. He don't want no serious relationship. He makes that abundantly clear. Until Prescott Timmons literally walks into his life. He's having a drink down at a bar and she walks in. And he's instantly mesmerized. She's beautiful, she's hot, he likes what he sees. There's forced proximity, miscommunication, just a little bit of tropes. I prefer a forced proximity over miscommunication. I feel like miscommunication can get a bit sticky, a bit annoying, but forced proximity, me like. I like it very much. And it literally gives like knight in shining armour vibes. He goes to save her stupid ass, and then they're stuck together. It also has like a little sprinkling of like enemies to lovers, but it's like lovers to enemies to lovers again. You're getting a little bit of everything. It was fun. It was only a 3-star, but I feel like I am a very tough critic on a romance. And what bugged me was how fast and hard Callahan fell. Because this initially, like, the initial impression you get from him is like, nope, no relationship, don't care, I just want what I want. I don't need anything serious because of this, because of that. And then, immediate, Prescott, I love you, Prescott. And I just like more build up. I like the tension. I like the, ooh, it's finally happening. But with this, it was like, bang, 70 pages in, bang. I'm like, what? What is this? Like, why are you immediately head over heels? Yeah, didn't really like that. That's why it was a 3 stars. But will I go on to read the rest of the series? Most likely, based on these covers. How can a girl say no? I read The Caretaker by Marcus Claywell. This was hyped up. This was all over my view page on TikTok, and I was excited for this. I got it on my Kindle. I got it in the Kindle deals, so even better. And it was a 5 star. And I knew it was going to be a 5 star almost immediately from picking it up. So we follow Macy Mullins, and she is in no position to be turning down any jobs. She has herself to look after and her younger sister to support, and they're scraping by. They're scraping by. But when she sees a particular job listing, it's sketchy to say the least, but it grabbed her attention, and for whatever reason, she couldn't resist it. She goes to see what it's all about. It's a house sitting job. Her sister is screaming at her, please don't go. This is sketchy. This is vaguely ominous. Like all the best things are. She goes anyway. She can't resist it. Things start to unravel. And she's thinking, what the fuck? Do I want this job? But it's 3 days. It's only 3 days. What could possibly happen? What could go wrong? First mistake. This gig becomes a living nightmare. Just follow the riots. Follow the riots. Follow the riots. But does she? No. No. And when you find out what the riots are, they're not just a walk in the park. She was set up for failure. But this blew my mind. I loved it. It was not like a typical haunted house scenario. It felt like it, but it had all these other aspects, and you're anxious. You feel so anxious, and it's like someone appears at the door, but you can't let them see you, and you can't make a noise. They can't know that you're inside unless something bad will happen. And then there's the rabbits. You have to catch the rabbit. Oh my god, it's just ridiculous. But it's incredible. And I loved it. Keeps you on your toes, it's fast paced, you can't breathe, it won't let you breathe, and you can't put it down. You have to finish it. You basically have to follow the rights. Finish the book. Don't put it down. And just I had the best time reading this, and I now want to read everything that he's wrote, because if they're on the same sort of level, they're just gonna blow my mind every time. My mind's gonna explode, and I can't wait. So that was my June reading wrap up, and what a month it was. Two polar opposite books, but I had the best time. I am still slowly making my way through Fairy Tale. I'm waiting for it to pick up. It can't all just be about a teenager looking after an old man's dog. Do you know what I mean? So it's there. I'm trying. It's not going to be a DNF because I don't do that with Stephen King. But we all know how that man likes to describe things. He'll spend a page describing a dog. It's a German Shepherd. But you've got to describe every aspect of a German Shepherd to me. Yeah. I like where it's going. I don't know where it's going. We'll see. If you've read Fairy Tale, let me know. What did you think? Is it worth, like, is it going to build to something? Surely it does. It's Stephen King. It's got to build to something. It's not just going to be about fucking dog sitting. What did you read in June? Let me know in the comments. And if you are intrigued by these books that I picked up, are you going to read them? You better read The Caretaker. I want to see that. Now, July hopefuls. Staying on the romance pipeline, I have been reading the Bourbon Boys trilogy, and it started with Bourbon and Lies, which loved Grant Fox, the Fox brothers. Ah, yes. And then the second one is Bourbon and Secrets, which I finished. It's my first book of July. I finished it, and tasty. So we follow the Fox brothers throughout this series, and they run a bourbon distillery. And there is one rule in Fiasco, Kentucky: don't fall for a Fox brother, because everyone that has ended up not met a very good end. And we all know what that means. Everyone's going to fall head over heels for a Fox brother, including me. Everybody. We like a bit of danger. In Bourbon and Secrets, we follow Lincoln, and he is a single dad to 2 girls. There's your first trope. Second trope, small town romance. We follow Lincoln Fox, and you know, he's going about his days looking after his girls. A little bit of this until Faye comes back to town, and he's had a run in with Faye in the past, and it wasn't great. It's a hate to love, enemies to lovers scenario, but she is a burlesque dancer. And you're telling me that if a burlesque dancer walks into your life, you're just going to turn the opposite way? I don't think so. You're going to be locked in. And that's exactly what Lincoln Fox was. He's like, no, I hate this woman. No, get her away from me. But I'm going to go watch her at my friend's bar. Yes. Instant connection. And it's hot. The Bourbon Boys are hot. Like, fan in your face, kind of hot. I need to take a minute to breathe. I need a minute. That kind of hot. And they are fun. I enjoy the Bourbon Boys books more than I enjoyed Fight, because I feel like there is more depth to the characters and they're very believable. Like a found family situation, which is really sweet, but each character has like a really intriguing backstory, and like there's a bit of danger, there's a bit of crime, there's like, at face value it's one thing, but then you delve deeper and it's something else. Like, she's not just a burlesque dancer, she has connections and she's up to something, and it's just so sweet. And did I say hot? I don't think I did. Yeah, love that one. My first read of July is done. We're off to a great start. But the next book on my July hopefuls is The Starving Saints. It's a horror book, like medieval horror, following 3 women who are living in a besieged castle, and they have to basically just survive and stop their minds from completely unraveling, which I know sounds great, like medieval and horror merged is me. I love, but I DNF'd it. I found the writing slightly confusing. I know it's probably one that I would get used to, but it really wasn't pulling me in enough for me to want to get used to it. And There's just too many books I want to read to waste time. So I've DNF'd it. Might be a soft DNF, might come back to it. Probably won't. We'll see. So I've finished a book in July, but I've also DNF'd a book in July. I don't know what that's creating for the month of July. The third book I hope to read is another horror that's been raved about over on TikTok, the same as The Caretaker, and it is William by Mason Coyle. This is intriguing. This is very, very interesting. This has a really, really fun twist on like a haunted house horror, again, like The Caretaker. This is a haunting, but it's by an AI robot. Yeah, this could hit too close to home. This could really, really freak us all out. But it's very short, it's like 220 pages. If there's a slight switch up, my mic died. So, apologies if the sound's changed, but I'm not waiting to charge it up because everything's up here and I'll forget everything. So, the last book I spoke about was William by Mason Coyle. I hope it scares the shit out of me. I really do. That's everything that I want in a horror book. If it's not scaring me, it's not 5 stars. So on to the last book that I want to read in July. It is Bourbon and Proof. Obviously, I finished Bourbon. I keep saying Bourbon and then all I can think about is the biscuit. I finished Bourbon and Secrets now. So obviously I moved on to the last book because I can't get enough of it. And in this one, we follow Ace Fox. And I've been excited for this. I've been looking forward to this because obviously he's had little moments in the previous 2 books. He's been sprinkled in there, teasing me. And here he is, front and centre. The best thing about the Bourbon Boys trilogy is that they're all in like their 30s to 40s. And I love reading about the older men with the sprinkling, like the little glittery bits in the hair, the glasses, and they just know what they're doing. Like, Ace is the naughtiest brother. He's a criminal. He can be scary, intimidating. He's the main guy. He's the main man within this family. He runs it and he's in charge. And we also have Hadley, and she is also sprinkled throughout the other books. She's the best friend of Lincoln, and she becomes friends with the other women introduced in the previous 2 books. And she runs her own like speakeasy bar called the Midnight Proof. She's sexy. She hired Faye as the burlesque dancer. These are confident women, badass women who have a mouth and they will tell you to get the fuck out. I love them. I love a strong female in a book. But the difference with the Bourbon trilogy to Fight is I feel like they're more fleshed out as a character. They feel believable. Sort of unique backstories that I personally haven't read in stories before. And I love it. I love it. They all have like really, they have baggage. They all have baggage, to put it point blank. In the previous books, we always see Ace and Hadley having like just beef. He'll say something, she responds. She loves to wind him up and get a reaction, and she calls him Daddy. I don't know how I feel about that really deep into my soul. I can't decide if I get the ick in quite a severe way or if I kind of like it. I'm really questioning life choices with that one. She calls him that, he hates it, so she continues to call him that. And it's just so fun. I love the tension building. The tropes are like, it's not enemies to lovers. They're just bicker. I am 70% of the way through and I have such good feeling. I feel like this is going to be the highest rating of all 3 of the books, and I'm going to be really sad when I've finished it. She has, the author of these books, I think she has another series on like the same route, but I think it's about whiskey rather than bourbon. So that could be the one that I dip into next. I can't wait. Like I say, I'm in my romance era and I'm having the best time. So let's continue. Let's stay on this train until it comes to an abrupt ending. Here we are. That's it. Let me know, have I convinced you to read any of these books? I hope I have, at least with The Caretaker or with the Bourbon Boys trilogy. If you want a really fun time, it's sexy, it's hot. Caretaker, it's scary, it's gonna keep you up, keep the lights on, freaks me out. I have a vlog up where I was reading The Caretaker, if you wanna see a little bit more. And yeah, let me know what you are currently reading, if you have any recommendations of what I could read next, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.